All right, welcome back, everybody. New week, new episode of the TED Talk. As I promised you, we're done at least for now with interviewing coaches and broadcast talent and analysts and all of that. We're back to players, and I'm back with a really special guest and someone I've been really excited to have on the show for a long time. It's Mr. Timur himself, FL4MUS from virtuspro. How are you doing, brother? Thank you for agreeing to come over.
Hello, hello. Thanks for having me. I'm doing really good, practicing every day, trying to become better and better for the next tournament in Bucharest.
Yeah, next tournament in Bucharest, by the way. We are recording this between Blast Lisbon and Bucharest. Bucharest is starting in just a couple of days. This interview is going to be uploaded maybe around 16 hours after we speak, so it's going to be quite a quick one. And appreciate you taking the time in the back schedule. We're going to start it off quite casual, by the way. How are
Mhm.
you finding the tight schedule of Tier One Counter Strike? How do you find traveling pretty much every week to a new place to play events?
I mean, since I'm a rookie in this, then it's hard. Also, we're putting a lot of work in trainings. So I am working in this team more than I worked in any other team ever in my life, and I'm playing more ever than played somewhere. So I will still say that it's hard. That and no, I mean, but it's I don't know. No, if I wanna play, I need to do it.
Mm,
It's my dream.
yeah.
This like nothing I can complain about. I'm happy with what I have, and yeah, that's probably my answer.
Okay, you have a lot of time before you get burned out from traveling, I guess. We're gonna the way we're gonna go with this one because we want to keep it as quick as possible, but still be really insightful. We're gonna start the conversation off from the early days of your professional career. We want to introduce you as a player to everyone watching here, and the big reason that I want to start it off from Spirit Academy is that a lot of people actually don't know you were picked up on Spirit Academy. A lot of people know you from either Nemiga or GamerLegion. Most people know you from GamerLegion. Let's say 40% know you from Nemiga, but Spirit Academy, you played there with guys like Siren, you played there with guys like Zontix, with ZNX, with Patsy. Talk to me a little bit about getting picked up on this team, and talk to me a little bit about Sotvik as well, because he is the coach of this team, and I think he was the coach back then. So was he the one to actually get in touch with you and give you that opportunity back then?
Okay. Also, I played with Donk. I remember we've been sharing map. We've been playing in
Okay,
one official. Yeah,
okay.
it's funny fact. Um, So I was picked up by Overdrive. At that time, Sotvik was not coach of
Mm-hmm.
Spirit Academy. It was Hally, who is main
Okay,
coach of Spirit right now.
sure.
So he was like my first like good like coach with experience. To be honest, I cannot really point at some interesting things because to be honest, I don't really remember what been happening at that time. I just remember that. I was not ready for a professional CS, I will say, and my head was full of bullshit that was stopping me from playing CS. I will say it probably like that, and yeah, and because I was getting some. I was I don't know about like sleeping coming too late for some trainings,
Okay.
and I was just not playing good enough for the team. And then Sotfik came, and 2 weeks after I got kicked out. And I mean it was deserved. I don't really think that I can say something else.
Okay, that's actually very interesting. I didn't know that about the reason that you actually did leave Spirit Academy. Was that because you say you weren't ready for professional Counter Strike? Do you mean purely the fact that you weren't professional enough? And do you think that there was a reason for you, for example, being late for practice and not taking things so seriously, or it was different things as well?
I was trying to get things serious, but I wasn't ready to get this game as work. You know that I didn't understand at that time that I need to work a lot.
Okay.
I was not ready to put a lot of time, and also I had some mental things that was happening in my life back then that was not letting me play good. You know, not letting me. I will say not play good, not letting me play, not letting me work. And but after no, I mean after I will come to it.
Yeah, yeah. After everything's fixed now, of course, thankfully.
Yeah.
Before we get into the next couple of years, because there's a pretty serious relationship in there, I wanted to ask you if, because you say you weren't ready to play and take it as a job. By the time you joined Spirit Academy, were you already 100% into Counter Strike only, or was there a plan B at any point, something else that you might have been doing in life if things didn't go well?
To be honest, no. I was planning on full-time CS. My no, not other work was in my mind. CS.
Hmm.
Maybe I was, because I cannot say for sure because I don't really remember. Maybe after I got kicked, and I was thinking maybe about some streaming or something like that, you know. But this is what top. Like beside that, only CS professional career.
And do you remember back in the day, because obviously you mentioned Hally, and Hally is one of the people that is receiving so much credit nowadays for the results that Spirit are achieving, and a lot of the players are coming forward and saying that he's actually doing much more for the team than a lot of people realize. Do you remember anything from back in the day when you were working with him? Was it standing out that this person knew what he was all about, what he was on about even back then?
I mean, I mean, he saw something in me even back then because, as I said already, I wasn't kicked by Hali. I was kicked by Sotfik.
Yeah,
So even though I was fucking up some things, uh, Hali, he will say something like, no, I mean, he was just a coach. He been just coaching, like say, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to stop doing this. Yeah.
yeah.
And then Sotfi came, and maybe he didn't saw what Hali saw in me. And also, and I mean, I will say that fun fact. First practice with Sotfik, I overslept for 2.5 hours.
That's a way to make a first impression.
Yeah, it's a real bad way to start a new relationship with a new coach.
Okay, okay. Then I guess we can't fault him for doing what he
Yeah,
did after that.
exactly,
But
exactly.
that is one way you learn a valuable lesson. And I guess the reason I wanted to mention Spirit Academy as well is because obviously you did work with a lot of the people that came up and became really good players or really good coaches after the fact. I guess it's pointless to talk about what was the biggest lesson that you learned after that. Probably it was to be a little bit more professional, but then you go into a really interesting period in your career where you're pretty much down into the limbo of Russian teams, right? You change a lot of organizations playing with pretty similar people. And the one thing that I want to ask you about is your relationship with Risky Bob, because for a lot of people, they remember that you played with Risky Bob on Nemiga, but you actually played with Risky Bob on RCL, 163 on Envision and Pollet. Those are all the teams, and I've written them down. That's why I'm turning
Uh,
my hair to the
in
right because I want to read it out. So tell me the story there.
in Polet, I did not. So once 163 on invasion and what was the
RCL.
NRCL?
Yeah.
It's all the same team.
Okay.
163 on it was just a tag for our mix
Okay.
because we came as a mix. Then we got under RCL, but then some things didn't work out very good for us with them, and we just changed the organization to Invasion. Before that, I met Risky Bob when I was 15 at
Okay.
the LAN tournament in Nizhny Novgorod. I became as a nobody. I had 2000
And
when I met him.
just to clarify, usually
Yeah.
Novgorod is a town in Russia where you're from. For everyone that
Yeah,
doesn't know.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is my town where I was raised and where I was living my whole life before I moved right now to Serbia. So, um, yeah, and we met at the LAN, and his first expression of me was really fun. It was real fun because he's always saying like, imagine it's LAN started at 10 in the morning, uh, and it's already like 12 a.m. like night. So you're here for 14 straight hours, and he said, and try to imagine a kid running on the computer club and screaming, "Hello, who will come and drink energy drinks with me?" That was his first expression of me, and he was thinking, "Oh, such an idiot is that guy." After that, and after that, before that, I met it on my first LAN. I got 16 free, 16 free out of it. But I met the guy who was working in the computer club as a worker, and we played some 2v2 tournaments with him after that, and he on that LAN that I was talking about when I was screaming as a little kid, I took with this guy third place when Risky Bob took second, actually,
Okay.
I think. And after that, there was two best players in Nizhny Novgorod for that moment. It was Chipadi and Risky Bob. And we went on the 2v2 LAN with this guy, as I met in the computer club, and we won Chipadi and Risky Bob 2-0.
Okay.
After that, he understood it, that he knew, started. I forgot how the word is. So we met it actually, and after that he was like right at there was a chat with the Nizhny Novgorod landers, people who play lands, and it was
Okay.
like 100 people in this chat, and he said we need +2 on LAN. I was destroying his like dialogue with him. Like I want to be. He said yes. Then he said no because another guys came, and when another guys left, he was like, oh, all right, we're gonna take you. And there was another really good players for that level that came from another city on this LAN. We won them 2-0, and second map was 16-0. And after that, we created a team and they started like destroying everyone on Nizhny Novgorod. And after that, we won Battle of Cities. And in Russia, this tournament that it was COVID time.
Mm-hmm.
So before that COVID time, it was a SLTV tournament. It was LAN, and there should be an SLTV, but there wasn't. And because of that, I was very tilted. After that, I came to play in Worst Enemy with Hazing, with Spatic, with Lightning, with Poля.
Yeah.
So there was like that kind of team, and after that I left the team and I got invited to Spirit Academy. I was playing tests with Overdrive.
Yeah.
I was playing like some test challenger shit, and after Spirit Academy, I was playing in another team. It was called Maybe with Torik.
Mm-hmm.
As you remember this guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
With Space as well. And after that, we came. I came to we no, we started like we created a new team with Risky. We like called out some players. We become a team. After that, boom boom, everything crashed. We got disbanded by our organization and we stopped playing together. After that, I was like nowhere. After that I think I left the college. I remember. No, I mean I took a 1 year off, but I didn't came back.
Okay, so we're
So I got kicked.
just to pause a little bit here
Yeah,
on that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
want to get back to something. First of
Uh
all,
huh.
you say you're coming in. You told us the story about the LAN in Nizhny Novgorod. Um, was LAN Counter Strike a really big thing where you were coming from? Because you said that there was a bit of a community. So was that the way that
Yeah.
you were growing up? That everyone was going to the LANs, and that was your way to get involved with Counter Strike?
Yeah, the way becoming better was playing with this players such as players
Mm-hmm.
such as Risky Bob, and thanks for them to picking up me and like helping me, teaching me how to play, what
Yeah.
to do. And yeah, there was I will say quite a little big community,
Mm-hmm.
but we destroyed our community because for 1 year straight we won every LAN and computer clubs just stopped doing LANs because we've been winning everything.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so you're single-handedly, you and Risky Bob are single-handedly responsible for the end of LAN culture in Nizhny Novgorod.
Yes, unfortunately. But no, I think I saw something, and since we're both players from Nizhny Novgorod, a lot of the like young players from Nizhny Novgorod be coming up, and I think the thing that we got on that level is motivating them, to be honest. And see, because as I understand now, a lot because I wasn't in Russia for almost a year, and I think it's like I'm probably really known person in Nizhny Novgorod, and I don't realize that because I wasn't here, you know.
Okay,
And so from one hand, we destroyed it, but I
yeah.
think from other hand, maybe I gave to some people motivation.
Okay,
I think like that.
that is good to hear. A last thing before we get into your active career and talk about Nemiga, because you mentioned that you feel like you and Risky Bob have motivated a lot of young people. Was there someone that motivated you when you were starting with professional Counter Strike?
Nobody.
Nobody.
No.
Only the man in the mirror.
No, I was just playing. I cannot can't say I never had the person that was like I was looking up to. Nobody. I will say since I was lazy, and I didn't really, I never wanted to become someone. I will say like that.
Okay.
I like even right. I was like having sympathies for the players. I was having sympathy for the Navi roster to what Electronic and Boomish and Simple have been playing. Um, and I will probably say that's all. I don't have
Okay,
still.
okay. You never wanted to copy someone else. You wanted to build yourself up, which is
Yeah,
which is a fun thing. So we started speaking about Risky Bop a little bit. We went on a bit of a tangent.
yeah.
Let's talk Nemiga days now. You joined Nemiga. This was, I guess, it's safe to say, the first more really serious project that you were part of, and you were with Risky Bob on that team. So, talk to me about how things changed once you joined Nemiga. You play with an experienced coach like Box. You still have Risky Bob, who's apparently a good friend of yours by the time, because you've been playing for a long time together. So, how did things change when you joined Nemiga? Because things were moving really rapidly, and you joined, and then in a couple months you started having almost instant success with this team, right?
I mean, I will come back a little bit before that. After invasion, I was having a really bad period. I wasn't getting any invites for the teams. I was just playing and playing and playing. After that, I got. After that, I started playing on Polyot, which was a streamer team. Anastasia, he's a Russian streamer, and
Okay.
I was in-game leading in that team.
All right.
So yeah, that was Almazer, me, Robo, who is playing in Spirit Academy now,
Okay.
Anastasia, and there was Oper. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. And
That's the team that
yeah,
you didn't play a single HOTV official with, though, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but it somehow on national TV. I don't know how. Yeah, and after that, no, I mean I helped them to get into advanced,
Okay.
and I left them. And because I understand that streaming is not my thing,
Hmm.
for that moment, and I got invited to three teams, to two teams, and the two teams I didn't got a test. I don't know. I will probably. I don't think that I'm allowed to say it. Am I?
I mean,
Oh, the
it depends on how much time has passed and what the teams were, and
okay. At the moment, one team it was just creating. It was just created. At the time, they've been like picking up some people to create a roster, and at the moment, so they've been not existing. But another team, it's a full known still organization. For the moment, they've been top 40, top 50 maybe usual
okay.
TV, and I didn't get a test. And then Nemiga didn't invite me for a test. I asked them to test me, and I went through that test. Uh, it was Box wasn't coaching for this moment.
Okay.
There was a real like funny roster. It was Almazer, who is streamer right now, and
Yeah.
he's been already streaming every evening for that moment.
That's
It
right after he was on Forest, right? We're talking about the
Nope.
same guy.
No, no, no,
Or
no. Yeah, we're talking about the same guy,
yeah.
but it was much long time after Forza after he left. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was no, for him. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So and it was me, Almazer. It was Matt, who just who just left DMS,
Yeah.
and Lear,
Mhm.
and Woozy is an opera.
Yeah.
He is like he's a Russian speaking Czech right now. I think
Yes,
he's
yes,
in
he's on Unity right now, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Good for him. And after that, we started like testing other people, and we took Han instead of him.
Hmm.
Box came. Uh, oh, Nemiga sold the Smet to other team. I think it was to DMS, and after and and who and Risky Bob came on
Yeah.
the Smet. I called him out, and at this time where Smet got sold out, Box came,
Okay.
and we've been playing with Box, and then Almazer been playing, and after 1 month he got kicked out. we started testing other people. We got Xanter. So, and with the box, things started really going up fast.
Okay.
We've been growing as a team really, really fast. Also, we've been having a really, really good relationship with each other in a team. We've been friends in the life as well. Also, Zarisky Bob, he's he is still is my best friend. We're still in a real good relationship. Um, and we've been just hard working, and the box changed everything. He
Could you emphasize a little bit on that, by the way? Because you've told me before that you think Box is doing a lot for Nemiga. So how is Box as a coach? Because he was a player for Nemiga. He was a player in the CAS scene for a very long time, but not such a successful one that he's gonna be on the radars of a lot of people. So what makes him a coach that you want to compliment so much?
because he is following the meta. He understands the game. He understands if, for example, if we are facing such a great team that we are not gonna win by the base, he is
Mm-hmm.
even starting he can start saying, "Okay, boys, we if we're gonna play our defaults, we're gonna lose to them. We need to do this and this and this, even though it's a great plan. It's gonna be, and we have a real great chances to win." But he created a real good structure, a real good tactics, I will say, and for us as our team. So because we are just five nobodies
Mm-hmm.
for that moment, and he just took us. He explained everything to us, and yeah, I've been talking with him a lot. He's been just doing his work really, really good. I mean, and we got to Chengdu. Yeah.
That is the I think the number one thing I want to talk about. So Nemiga, for anyone that doesn't know and wasn't following Tier 2 Counter Strike when you were there, you started winning a lot of online tournaments, right? So
Yeah.
right before qualifying for Chengdu, which was actually last year, so things have been going really rapidly for you. Then the end of 2023, you were already doing some good things in Tier 2, right? You were already getting some results. The moment that you qualified for Chengdu, how was that entire experience for you? Because we're talking about just what 2 years since you joined Spirit Academy, and you go through all that limbo of not waking up in time for practice, and then going through all those mixed teams. 4 years? We're talking 2020. You're calling me out
Si-
on this.
yeah, but 2020, and
Oh,
right
it's
now it's
20.
2025.
No. But Chengdu. Chengdu was
Chengdu.
2024.
I thought you saying 2 years from Spirit Academy to
Yes.
Chengdu.
Yes. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's two
Sorry,
and a
I
half.
didn't. Yeah. I didn't understand you
It's
right.
fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah.
But yeah, it's such a short span of time, right? So really quickly you go from having
Yes.
struggles with waking up on time to actually going to IEM Chengdu and playing in front of all those people. So was it at a time difficult to actually adapt to how quickly things were developing? Did you ever have had an issue with that? The fact that you were always going to the next stage and the next stage and the next stage really quickly, which has been a reoccurring topic with your career even after that as well.
I will say that it was only in Nemiga I become better really quick, because before that I was sucking for 2 years. What? In Spirit
Yeah.
Academy I didn't say that I even become better probably. I
Yeah.
mean it was all of the from 16 to 18 there was the worst my career and just in life it was just shit as well. I l- I I lost my childhood. I lost my my teenager time,
Okay.
and also I wasn't playing good enough, and I was having a lot of the psychological problems that became from that I'm good, not good enough, not good enough, I can do this, I can do that.
Hmm.
Started working with
Psychologist.
psychologist. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was started working with psychologist, and after that things became really, really better in and it was in time of Nemiga.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, and did you feel ready for an event like Chengdu? Because you went over to Chengdu, and that was, for a lot of people, that was actually the main reason that you got picked up by GamerLegion after the fact, is because of your performance there. So talk to me about that experience. How do you go and not think about pressure, not feel like you're out of place or whatever? Because it felt like you just went to Chengdu and you just played on the stage against really good teams, like it's it's normal business for you. It didn't feel like you had any pressure from the outside.
I mean, for a fact, I was invited to GamerLegion before Chengdu, before I played
Okay.
the Chengdu.
Okay.
Yeah, so conversation started even earlier, but even though it started earlier, I was tryharding my ass out to get Nemiga everything that they need. Yeah,
Hmm.
so I don't know. We just came first game against FaZe. We've been nervous as fuck. We just lost. To be honest, we've been having a lot of chances to win even at that time against FaZe, but since we're unexperienced players, that's why we lost. Um, a lot of the nerves. It was even on me after there was a game against Steel Helmet that they was invited to because Monte didn't came, if I
Yeah.
believe. Uh, no, I mean, I don't want to like say something bad about them, but I don't think that they are the kind of the team that was on the level for that tournament
Okay.
as well. Even we were not, and if
Hmm.
we've been like top 40, they've been like top 100 for that moment.
Yeah.
So I was not like point that win as such something extremely good. And then FlyQuest, I think that we should we should have win
Hmm.
that game and continuing our like wait on the tournament. But unfortunately, it didn't went well. But I think it was a real good experience. I mean, the first tournament, you come into the hotel. The hotel is amazing. A lot of the people sleeping outside of the hotel just to meet, not me, but others people. It was just insane. Like you're coming to the arena, everything is like super insane. It was just real great experience.
That's what it sounds like, and it was a defining point in your career as well, right? It's interesting that you say that you were already in talks with GamerLegion before that. Talk to me a little bit about that process. What is it, Ash, that approached you for the initial conversation and to scout you and pick you up in a way? And were you, what did you think about the possibility of speaking in English? Was it an easy yes to say from your side to go and join an international team and leave Nemiga?
Yeah, I mean, it was Ash who reached out for me, or I think it was actually Adrian, maybe. I don't remember for sure. So, but the Ash told me that fun story. He went on my stream and he just found me on national TV as like, whoa, he's showing really good like stats. Like, let me. He came on my stream as on a fake account. He created a fake account to started questioning me in English to understand my level, and he was shocked and surprised because I instantly started like answering his questions in English without like any problems. And he was
Okay.
like, "Damn! Like we should
He
invite
he
him. We should
created
invite
he
him."
created a
Yeah.
fake account on Twitch too. Really?
Yes. So that was fun. That was fun. Uh, I hope I was able to say it, but I think no. I mean, yes,
I mean,
already.
why not? I mean,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
if anything, it's a
Um,
unique way of showing people how devoted Ash is to actually
yeah.
scouting properly.
Yeah. 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 So we got in talks. There was only one day of tests. It was after Chengdu. It was just to again to realize how good my English was,
Hmm.
not even how I was playing. And when I came to tests, the roster was me, Vault, Snacks, and Acre.
Yes. You sure
Acre
it was
and
Aker or not? Oh yes, Lent arrived after that.
yeah, and I am named for who was the fifth?
Oh, that's
Me, Acre, Snacks, Vault, and I was coming instead
Andu
of
maybe.
no, Andrew was not. When I'm talking about the test.
Oh, you're talking
When I
about the
was
test.
test.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know what? Yeah,
Okay.
I couldn't know that. That's something I couldn't know.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So the thing is, and it was not chaos. So it was who was? He's in Mitisport right now. Isaac.
Isaac. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. And I said yes. Oh, it was even before Chengdu. Yeah, I remember. I
Okay.
think I tested to them. And then after Chengdu, I like see this guy leaving, this guy leaving, this guy leaving. And I'm coming, and there is only snacks and Voltas, and there is like full different. It was Andu and Slant, and
What'd you
yeah,
think
we
about that,
started
by the way?
practicing.
What was that experience for you? You joined a new team and then everything around you is changing. Did that show shock you a little bit? Did it make it a little bit more difficult for you to actually feel comfortable within the team?
No, for some things, yeah, I will say Yeah, I will say yeah in some way because I was I was thinking of big joining and to the experienced team
Mm-hmm.
with like players who've been playing in the major final.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And everything has changed. No, I mean, when I for me at the moment, I wasn't like it wasn't really affecting me in some way because I was like I wanted to win. I was like working. Yeah, that's all. After that, what Andu got benched, we took Towson. Oh,
Yes.
yeah, and and the snacks in the player break
Yeah. And
got
Zetia arrived.
yeah, and the TR arrived. I mean, some time passes. We're working. Something's not. We come into the major. It was our major. I will say, this is what our major point. Like get into major. That's
Yes.
what the thing that we actually needed the most.
Mm-hmm.
And we come into major. First game, we cheated ourselves. Second game, we cheated ourselves.
Best of one.
And
Best of
then
one.
yeah, and then And then, I said, I was thinking in my head, like I think 1 year ago, I was like saying something. No, on the Prague, I remember talking to somebody in the team, like to understand them how this game works. I mean, if we're playing tournament, somebody was tilted, I'm saying, if you tilted now, who you gonna be? How are you gonna be on the major when you 2-0-2 down and 0-1 map down on the
Yeah.
major? What you gonna do? Is that was the question that I asked to like for me it's a really great example to show that nothing is ended because and this is exact situation that happened for us in major and we managed to get through it.
That's a question that I want to ask. Obviously, there was a lot that you said again. You're probably one of my first guests that is answering things before I even ask them. Uh, but you have a really young team you're working with. Obviously, ZTR is coming in as a young game leader, even though he already had experience, right? He got his first shot with NIP really young. Tolson is coming in. You have Slant. You're working with a really young team with Vote as well. How do you deal with the situation of going 0-2 when that was your main goal, qualifying to the major? Because we're talking about the RMR right now. You lose the first two BO1s, and then you need to play best of three. So, what were the conversations like within the team? With Ash and with all the other players when you have such a young team and there isn't a single player that's been in that position before and has actually went on to play big events.
uh don't think I really remember. I mean, it was something like, boys, I mean, we got nothing to lose. Like, we either going home or we win. We're just gonna let's go, boys, step by step, step by step, step by step. I mean,
Did you feel like you needed
wh-
to take extra initiative yourself individually because there was
yes,
no other leader on the team in a way?
no, I will not say that there was not our, but I
I
think
mean, I
everybody
mean,
was on
purely
nerves.
purely individually, I'd say like there wasn't another star, not another leader. I framed it wrong, but there wasn't anyone else that was stepping it up, and you could see that guy that's gonna carry you through. Did you feel like you needed to take a little bit more responsibility to support the team?
Yeah, I was for sure feeling that I need to take more initiative. I was feeling like people somebody was having nerves, somebody was tilted, like a first tournament for somebody, yeah, and like first big tournament for somebody, and some people they've been really like nervous, and I was just yeah, no, I mean, I was to be honest, before the games, I was the one who was speaking a lot with Ash
Mm-hmm.
as well. Before all the games, I was saying like some stupid, like some like the most common things that you can say before the game, but I was saying with my Russian accent and like I mean, I was just like. Getting everybody in the mood, like
Okay,
everything
yeah.
is fine, like everything is fine. No need to not no way to be nervous. We're playing computer game, boys. Just try. I remember try to enjoy the game first of all, because that's where we play. And yeah, just try to play your best game, try to enjoy it, and game after game we're playing bam Falcons slammed on us with simple. I mean, we lost two games to not the best opponents. Who we
Yeah.
lost to? Who we
Yeah.
lost to?
You lost BO1s. I'm actually gonna fact
Yeah,
check
yeah, yeah.
who the exact teams were.
Because maybe I'm gonna comment on these games if I remember. Because I don't think I remember Unity.
You lost, yeah,
The-
you lost to Unity. You lost, but oh no, you beat Unity, didn't you? I think
uh-huh.
you,
Okay, so yeah,
yeah,
so
you beat them in
I'm just
a
remember.
in a best of three. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, on the first.
So you were 3-2. You started with two BO1s that you lost to Vitality and Eclot. So Vitality is the
Okay,
good
two
one that you
Eclot.
lose to.
Okay,
Eclot is probably
Vitality
the,
all
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, Eclot. Yeah, Eclot that Eclot have been team that we didn't plan it to lose.
Hmm.
to, um, and yeah, I don't remember. I mean, against Vitality there was no pressure. I mean,
Okay.
Vitality first game. There was only nerfs of the first game on the major. Against Eclot there was because we've been coming as a you know a feeling of winners of this match,
Okay.
and we get slammed. And when you need to learn how to play, how to go into game as a winner already. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
When you're coming, when everybody expects you to win, and you need to win. That was probably the problem. That was the pressure. And in other games, I mean, against Unity, I've been just playing my. I mean, I just started playing, even though. Oh no, I remember round that we lost to Eclot. One guy in the smoke on middle and he just spammed four people in like 10 bullets. And I was like lurking up, and I just see minimap, bomb, everybody dead. And I was like, yeah, but I even though I trash talked to them about that. Like, yeah, can you hold the? Why you couldn't hold the smoke? Then I watched the moment. I mean, I'm sorry. The
Yeah.
guy
It
did
wasn't their
insane.
fault.
It wasn't their fault for sure. And like, to be honest, the Eclo win, there was too much lucky rounds for Eclot, as I
Okay.
remember.
Okay.
And yeah, so okay, boys. No, I mean they won by lucky.
Yeah.
They got lucky.
Okay.
It's not
Back to the
nothing.
point.
Nothing
How
we
how
can
do
do.
we stay mentally in check after losing those two
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
maps? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You just say. I mean, we're here to play tournament. Tournament is not ended. We need to win. That's like
Okay.
doesn't matter. You need to win on the first game. You need to win on the last game. It doesn't matter, to be honest. And bam, we won against Unity. We came into Falcons game, and the Falcons game was a really interesting game
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes before half of the year before that, we lost to them in Copenhagen on Blast 2-0. Bam, we got crushed. And even though there was and the only things that changed that they have simple instead of sampayos.
Yeah.
So I will not say that they become like weaker, more weak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we just played. I think we got a little bit of confidence against Unity,
Mm-hmm.
and but I think I had a really good game against Falcons. I'm not sure. I think I do. What and
You did,
after
yeah.
that, yeah, after Falcons, uh, we've been playing against Sinners
Sinners,
in the
yeah.
morning,
Yeah.
and I think it was not the hard match, as I remember.
It was
It
a
was
2-1. Still, it was three maps.
okay. So I'm wrong, and we win in the game, and then we're thinking like, and then we know even before that game. Also against Sinners, there was like 2 hour tech pause. I
Mm-hmm.
remember that was insane, and after that pause, we smashed them on Mirage. That's what I remember. I mean, it was just a game who gonna be more stable in mental and
Okay.
physically after that long pause, and we won that thing. After there was a game against Bad Boom, there was a disappointing Ancient when I
Yeah.
dropped a lot on Ancient
The
and we
overtime
lost.
loss. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it was like stupid loss. That was the stupid lose. After that, it was Nuke, which my team carried me because I didn't like did really something really good,
Mm-hmm.
and there was Mirage when we all came as a team. I will say
Mm-hmm.
we won them as a team. There, I will not say that there been. I don't remember, to be honest, if there was some insanes from somebody. I think we won as a team, and yeah, and then we qualified for the major.
Okay. You're making it sound really simple, by the way. You're like, well, we start 0-2, and then we just start playing the game. We say we're here to play, so let's play, and we
Yeah.
beat people. We just play as a team and we beat people. uh
Yeah.
GamerLegion was a really interesting time for you. You said that you had no problem integrating, and obviously it was a little bit tricky with all the roster changes, but towards the end it felt like things were working out for you. Could you talk to me a little bit about the dynamic on the team? Because um you were all pretty young again, as we said. So did it feel like one big happy family with Ash being the dad of everyone?
Yeah. On the major for sure.
Okay, and what was the work process with Ash and ZTR as an in-game leader and coach? Because this is the first time you're on an international team, and probably the first time you see a different approach to leading the teams in comparison to the Russian CAS approach.
Yeah, I mean, this was the team that they like been saying that I need to be more chilled. I need to be like chill myself because it was the real different type of play style to Nemiga, and
Could you elaborate on that? What were the main differences?
more slow game because if you look at our game on Nemiga, for example, it was a we move,
Mm-hmm.
move, 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 and then and then Gamer Legion we just play. Okay, so slow down, wait, maybe they will push. Okay, they don't, then we need to move and like that type of the things.
Okay.
And then in Nemiga, I was second caller in the team.
Okay.
You know, and in that team, it was not really my job. My job was in killing people more,
Mm-hmm.
but still I was like I had my voice in the team. I was able to call the rounds around me.
Is that something that you enjoy doing? Do you enjoy being a vocal person, and do you have a strong opinion on how things should be done in the game?
Not on virtuspro for now, I will say, but before that, yes, I did, but my knowledge of Counter Strike is not enough still to uh, first of all I need to understand who is around me
Mm-hmm.
when I have like the like electronic, fleet, fame, like my all major winners, and I need okay, you блядь, flash нахуй, you блядь do here, and like me is such a kid, such a kid for them, like saying things like to what is like I did not understand how the game works, maybe
Okay.
even still, and for me it's even easier for me because they will tell me what to do because they know better, and
Okay.
in Gamer Legion it was not like that because you cannot like compare like people who won a major and like those and young players as it was in Gamer Legion.
Yeah.
You got me.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't compare someone with the experience of Electronic with the experience of anybody else, even if they are a bright talent and they're a good player, right? It's just two
Yeah,
different worlds.
yeah.
Uh, the last thing I'm gonna ask about Gamer Legion, because obviously I think it's a no-brainer for a lot of people that when you get the opportunity to go into again playing in a Russian team, and that is virtuspro, such a big name for the scene, and with those players is a no-brainer why you left. Still, what was your dynamic with Ash as a coach? Because I think he's been a really discussed name in the last couple of months, and a lot of people have been giving him credit for what he's been doing with Gamer Legion. So, speaking to you now, what does Ash really do for Gamer Legion? What makes Ash such a respected coach by so many people?
I mean, no, I mean he gave me a lot of the confidence, and I mean he's doing everything that every other coach probably is doing. He's preparing for the game, preparing some game plan with the ZTR, like doing everything, and yeah, he just always have finding good talents to play with,
Mm-hmm.
and under him, players are becoming so much better. You know, and this his power, I will say that under him players are becoming more and more better. They're opening to this world, and I remember a lot of the talks with him. He's been just giving me so much confidence. He like no, I mean, yeah, I mean I've been in a really I was in a real good relationship with all of the coach stuff
Mm-hmm.
in Gamer Legion, with both Ash and Adrian, who is like analytics
Yeah.
for of analytic for Gamer Legion, and I was also always like talking to him like on one to Adrian as well, and like just those talks I cannot point something else. Yeah, I mean he's doing what probably I don't know because I didn't play in a much teams since I GamerLegion was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I Team Spirit in academy, and I cannot really think of something right now because I just don't remember. And on I have in my mind I have only Box
Mm-hmm.
and Ash.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you like them
Before
both
that,
as coaches very much.
yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
love them both.
Okay, that is good to hear. Well, with that being said, we're gonna move into Virtus Pro, and that's gonna be the last thing that we talk about a little bit. So, yeah, how was the entire what went through your head the moment that you got the invite to go and join Virtus Pro and uh be a part of this big rebuild of an organization that had so much expectations towards it, but was struggling towards the end of 2024? How was that entire experience for you?
I mean, I knew that I was coming to the team, but I will have so much fucking pressure.
Okay.
Yeah. I knew that I'm gonna be criticized for everything that I do, and I just first of all I wanted to play in a Russian-speaking team. I want and also when I have a chance to play under electronic, when I have, uh, and then it's like it was in some kind of way to a weight from my shoulders because I am not a star in this team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have a fleet, I have a fame, I have icy, I have electronic. Like everyone is really really good individually, and I need to do my work. And in this team, now this is tier one team. Like
Mm-hmm.
by understanding the C, yes, for sure. The thing, why are we losing games? Because most of the problems are coming from probably me and Icy, since we are not that experienced. We are doing some stupid mistakes, because from the nerves and some shit. And I mean, this team, I saw that as a way to tier one level.
Okay, and what were your first impressions? What were the first, let's say, month, couple weeks like when you go and you meet Electronic, you meet all the other guys? What was the initial atmosphere like? Would you think of him as an in-game leader as well early on?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was expecting everything to be that really, really good, and my expectation was right. I mean, people in this team are really, really working hard. I will
Hmm.
say. And what was my expression? I was surprised by the time of work they were putting in, and this was first. And also, no, I cannot point something else. People,
What were
we're just
the biggest differences for you? What were the main things that you go into Virtus Pro, because you're going on the back of a major. It's not like you weren't playing, you hadn't played a big event before. You had already played a couple tier 1 events, but what was the main difference between your previous projects and going into VP and playing with those guys?
uh, nobody doing some random things or even like calls in the round are made of some things that have been happening in the previous rounds. For example, like, okay, we did this, okay, they did that, okay, what's gonna happen? They did this in the last game, they did the boom, 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 for example, and on the individually, the way how I should look into my position, the way like teams are playing against us, what they are doing, why are they doing this, and like they just the picture of the game, the understanding of that is probably the main difference. I will say, like each player of us have.
Okay, and talking about Electronic as an in-game leader, because that's been a very discussed topic, I guess, right? Because a lot of people initially, when he did become an IGL, were against that and thought he is a star player. He needs to remain being a star player, right? He doesn't need to switch to an IGL. So now that you've played with him for a little bit of time, uh, does it for you feel natural for him to be a leader? How would you describe him as an IGL?
Yeah, I will say because even in the hardest, like under pressure moments, he's like always been himself, and he always know like what's the gap, what is like the people doing against us,
Hmm.
and a lot of the times, for example, there should be a call, and people thinks it's a bad call, but this call is made of our wrong information. For example, like I will say, the percentage of him like me doing mistakes is really really low
Okay.
individually and like overall by calls like I mean he is doing like really really great job.
And outside of the server, because obviously Electronic is no public secret that he is a dad outside of the server. He's got some
Yeah,
children. So can you tell in the way that he is the captain in the IGL of, well, not the IGL but the captain of this team outside the server? Does he act like a bit of a
yeah,
father figure to the team, and how important is that atmosphere for you?
yeah. No, I mean, he's like the main father figure person in this team for sure. Like everybody pays respect to him. Yeah, for sure. And there's nothing to discuss. I mean, he is in game leader inside and outside of the server as well.
Okay, that is lovely to hear. That's what it looks like as well from the outside. I think before we get into results, because you did mention, and this is something really interesting. We're gonna slowly start to wrap it up, but you mentioned that the most of the mistakes that are coming into the team are coming in from you and Icy being a little bit more inexperienced and young, right? Uh, does it make it easier for you knowing that you're not the only really young green guy going into the team and there's someone else that's a little bit younger and needs a little bit of time to readjust? Like, are you and Icy kind of bonding over the fact that you are the youngest and least experienced guys on the team?
Yeah, I think in some way it's kind of easier to understand that I'm not the one. This I don't have that lonely, like feeling of loneliness that I am like the only one who's doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, uh, maybe no, maybe I'm wrong. I cannot answer that. Probably, I don't know how. I will say. No,
Okay.
I mean, I don't think that is even a good thing to think about that in some way. I would
Okay.
like to I just want to become better. That's all. I don't want to think like who it's like finding an excuses that I am not the only one, but this is the bad
Yeah.
thing to have, and I don't like doing this.
Okay, okay. I like that in the mindset. That's why I'm asking you all of those things, because I think we're painting a really clear pattern of your mindset, which is I don't care about external shit. I just want to focus on my game, becoming better,
Yeah,
playing good, being the best teammate I can. And that is the most important thing for you, without really letting other things actually trouble your mind, which is a really good thing. You are driven in one direction, and that is really good. So let's talk a little bit about specifics now. Let's talk about recent results. This year has been difficult for you guys in terms of consistency. But the most recent event, and that's the one we're going to talk about, the one in Lisbon, it was without a doubt your best so far. I mean, for you personally, your highest rated event was Blast Open, which was the number one. But as a team, I wouldn't say it was probably the greatest one. This one now, uh, you played some good Counter Strike, right? You lost to only Spirit and Vitality. You were able to win the other game. So and before that, you took 1 month off and skip pro league. So do you feel like now you're finally starting to put the pieces of the puzzle and things are starting to click? Do you feel like progress is being made and VP is going the right direction?
yeah, for sure. I will say like our first LAN was Katowice, where we showed a great result, but this
Yeah.
is was no, it was because of honeymoon period probably. Like the way how we've been playing, we've been winning a lot of the rounds, not because our base was strong, our structure was
Mm-hmm.
strong. It was because of our power that we've been coming. After that it was Cluj-Napoca,
Yes.
when this energy fall because we've been on bootcamp for 3 weeks. With that, we have an online blast. After that, we have Katowice, and instantly after that, also I got kicked out of the tournament because of the visa. It's damaged the team, I will say as well. After that, there was Cluj-Napoca, and on Cluj-Napoca, we've been like waking up, playing game, and working the day, like everything, like
Yeah.
the day. All we are not cheating. We're not like like working on a distance, I will say, you know and we've been that's why we just didn't have power already to play on Cluj-Napoca, but we've been doing that to play good on distance. In So after that we had some time to prepare to be ready, and I will say, yeah, I mean, we've been able to fight Vitality and we've been able to win Spirit, but it just came to individual mistakes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's understandable because like the way how Spirit's been playing, I will not say that they did something really really crazy or something. They've been just playing their normal CS, and we've been not playing. and that's why we lost. Some individual, it all came to individual mistakes and some stupid rounds because of those we lost.
But you do feel like you're getting close, and obviously a lot of teams, a lot of people are going to be speaking about the FaZe win as well because you were able to close out some of those games. One thing I want to ask about: what happened with that 13-0 on Dust 2? What was that map? What how?
No, I mean we just came to the game as normal with clear minds. We started playing round after round after round after round. Like bomb fleet 1v3, bomb 2v4, bomb 2v5. I mean you bought. I mean those games should those games should happen if you like becoming better. They
Yeah.
should
Okay.
come.
All
And
right.
yeah, we just played real good Counter Strike. Even though we've been doing mistakes, there are some big bros behind our backs, and that can win the clutch, win the 2v4 rounds. And I will say FaZe been doing some mistakes as well. They let us win those rounds, and yeah,
Okay,
and
and other than that, because we had that combo, and you even thought that against Spirit you could have won because they didn't do anything special, was what you said. Uh, is it obvious on your level that Vitality is above everybody else? Is that how you feel as well from inside the server? Do you feel like everyone else is beatable? Let's say Spirit, MOUZ, and all of the other guys, and then Vitality is just one level
yeah.
above everyone else?
I mean, in Cluj-Napoca, we took a map in the we've been able to win Mouse
Yeah,
in Cluj-Napoca.
yeah.
Against Spirit, it was like 239 games. It was not like they did. I mean, it all came to some individual mistakes, and I think we are on a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Against Vitality, it was what it was. It happens,
Yeah.
especially first game of the tournament at base. Um, Again, no, I mean against FaZe and Falcons, we showed that we can play.
Mm-hmm.
That we are coming better, and yeah, that we deserve to be here. And yeah, for sure, there are some progress that I can feel even individually. So yeah, don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but I hope it's gonna be good.
You know what? One thing I can say: this has been the most random, the most chaotic, the most interview I've ever done. It's I don't even know how to describe it. I'm out of words. But the one thing I'm sure about is that we've painted a really good picture of you just being one young, driven, respectful to everyone man that cares about pretty much nothing but playing the best Counter Strike that he can and improving in what he's been doing. And I think that is the way that things should be going. Also, we are gonna wrap it up here because I did promise you it's going to be much shorter than the interview actually turned
No,
out to be.
I mean since today I just had time,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's always all good.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Also, I waited for you to get your ass kicked on Anubis and face it for us to record this, so I did deserve the extra couple minutes. But yeah, thank you very much for coming over, man. It was great. I wish you all the best going into the next couple events. Obviously, Bucharest is starting in just a couple of days after this interview uh gets uploaded, and I'm not gonna ask about your expectations there because it's obvious that you're going there to play the best Counter Strike that you can, and is going to be an interesting event. But yeah, give me some final words, maybe something you want to say to everyone that's supporting you. And as a bonus, I actually will say, even though I just said it's useless, what are your expectations out of Bucharest? Do you think you can win?
Yeah, no, I mean you always can, and you always cannot. No, I
Okay.
mean you can win, you can lose. You never. I don't like predictions. It's like the
Okay,
worst
we're
thing
not gonna
to
do
do.
that. Give me
Yeah.
give me a
No.
couple words
No.
to the fans and everyone
No. No. No.
supporting you, and we're gonna
I
close.
will. I will say why. Because prediction is the thing that's distracting you.
Okay.
You need to focus on playing your best CS. If you're gonna play your best CS, you're gonna win. If you're not gonna win. So this is what you need to focus on, and this is like the really good advice for some young players and for maybe other players. You don't need to think about no. I mean, you need to think about win, but you should focus on the playing your best game because if you're gonna focus on your best game, you will win rounds. If you're gonna win rounds, you're gonna win games, and if you wanna win games, you're gonna win tournaments. That's an easy mindset.
It is an easy mindset, and if you win tournaments, you become a legend of the game, and you become a really successful player, and
Yeah.
that's what everyone wants. Okay, some final words, something you want to say to people supporting you and
Uh,
VP.
thank you everybody for supporting me, for supporting our team. Huh?
Is the shirt?
Yeah, yeah, thank you very much for watching this interview. I hope you liked it. And thank you to you, Ted, for having me today. It was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure for me as well. The only thing I regret is that I'm not sure if I can put on a counter for the amount of times that we heard Russian swearing. That was
No, I
hilarious.
mean,
If
and I didn't said anything bad that you cannot put on. Don't
No,
worry.
no, no, no. I know. I just love some of the reactions. But yeah, thank you very much for coming over, man. It was a really enjoyable one, and thank you very much to everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed it as well. I'm gonna do my absolute best to dissect it in timestamps to make it as easy to differentiate what we were talking about. But all in all, I think it's a natural conversation that you need to soak into and just get the full experience of it because it was great. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe, and I'm gonna see you in the next episode of the TED Talk. Bye bye.
Bye bye.